Hello, gorgeous, certified life and business coach here, Dani Kenney. I'm super excited to dive into this conversation around daily rituals. Over the last, rituals are so important. Rituals are just another word for routine, but routine feels kind of boring. And I think that the word routine is often associated with the word mundane, right? And so rituals is just a more sacred way, a more sacred perspective to approach your routines, your daily habits, the things that you're committed to doing every day, every week, every month. And so this actual conversation, this live, was inspired by a really, really powerful question inside of the Magnetic Women Collective. Here's the question. It says, I love meditation, breath work, reading, journaling, affirmations, etc., all the things. How do you decide which one and or how much to do in one day or in one morning? I think I'm being a perfectionist about it and wanting to do it all day, every day, and include exercising, and it's feeling really overwhelming. Let me know, have you ever felt this way? Have you ever had that deep desire to improve, to live your best life, especially right now with the conversation and the concepts of setting New Year's resolutions and trying to do all of these things, but the things that are actually supposed to make you feel better actually leave you feeling exhausted and overwhelmed and maybe even depleted? Can you relate to that? I know that I absolutely can. I've been there. And even though this is something that I teach, that I talk about, that I do inside of my own life and my own business, I still sometimes bump up against situations or certain days or certain seasons where my routines and rituals, things that I once looked forward to, things that once really served me in a big, powerful way, no longer do that, right? So we're going to talk about that today. I'd love to know if you can relate to this. But first, can we talk about what is a ritual, right? I feel like for me, when I understand why something is so important and how it actually works or helps me, it increases the chance that I'm actually going to do those things that are really super beneficial. So I actually, as I was preparing for this today, I made a list, and the list was a little longer than I thought it was going to be. And I was getting really excited, even more excited than usual, around talking about the importance of rituals. So let me rattle these off to you really quickly. And if there's anything else you want to share, feel free to comment below, specifically around what having daily rituals, routines, and habits does for you. So first and foremost, having rituals in place, sacred rituals, habits, and routines, it helps you enhance your overall experience in life and in business. These rituals help to raise your energetic frequency. You guys, everything is energy. Everything you're attracting, every result that you desire to have, every outcome that you're going after, the energy that you're embodying and showing up in is what's going to determine those results, right? And so having these rituals is going to raise that energetic frequency, aka you become a magnet for your desires, right? Like, sign me up for that. They allow you, most often, they allow you to develop a deeper connection to yourself and to source, what I call God, or sometimes with my clients, I love the acronym GUS, which is God, Universe, Source. They're also a really beautiful way for you to nourish and take care of yourself. And the more nourished and better taken care of you are, guess what? The more powerfully and magnetically you get to show up for everyone and everything in your life. And it's really, these are the different ways that you can nourish the different aspects of yourself. So when I'm working with my clients, I remind them that we're obviously a physical body, right? Like what you're seeing right now is Dani's physical body in front of you. And I think that sometimes we forget that we're so much more than that. So our rituals and our habits and our routines are to help nourish not only our physical body, but our mental body, our mindset, our emotional body, that heart space, the feelings, our spiritual body, again, our connection to God, universe, source, and then also our energetic body. putting an emphasis on how we're showing up energetically. Okay, so this is why they're so important. Now, what are some different examples of rituals? Again, with this question, there were some really great examples here. We have meditation, we have breath work, reading, journaling, using affirmations. I also wrote down, there's different types of journaling. There's gratitude journaling. There's something from, trying to think of what the book is called. It's by Julia Cameron, and it is something related to like art and creativity, but it's called Morning Pages. And I know a lot of heart-centered, successful, creative entrepreneurs implement morning pages. There's also different forms of movement, like exercise, or also intuitive movement. And then even just like, I have matcha every morning. Having lemon water or lemon water with the apple cider vinegar is really, really great. Drinking, 16, 18, 24 ounces of water, noticing how you're nourishing yourself. Something that's so simple that's been part of my morning rituals for more than a year is I literally walk around my whole house and I open up the blinds and I let the light in. And it's, literally lighting up my house, which feels really good, really powerful, and really refreshing. But there's also so much symbolism around letting the light in, around being able to receive more, and being able to receive blessings and opportunities and abundance, right? And opening up our windows and letting the sunshine come in and being reminded of the fact that we live in an abundant universe, because nature is the perfect proof of that, is one way to do that. And so when it comes to choosing, it's really important that you first pause and you ask yourself, how do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? And then from there, you can go back. If you're not already taking notes, you might want to pause this, grab a notebook and a pen, rewind a little bit, and jot down the list of different rituals that I mentioned, and then include your own. The possibilities around this are literally limitless. And so what you can do is start going through your list and noticing all of the things that I mentioned and that my former client shared in her question, those are all beautiful rituals, but they're very likely going to impact us in different ways. And so, for instance, I am a mom of two young daughters. I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And so Monday through Friday, first thing in the morning, I want to feel activated in a really good way. I want to feel energized. I want to feel alive. I want to feel vibrant and awake, right? And so I love things like cold water and my greens to waken up and nourish my body. I have a gratitude journal that I love, and it's all about what am I focused on today? What are my affirmations for the day? What am I grateful for? What am I most excited about? And so focusing on those things gets me really excited. It creates this heightened level of energy. I also just recently for Christmas got a really cool trampoline. I think the adult term for that is a rebounder. And so literally jumping up and down first thing in the morning gets my blood flowing and it feels so good. So those are the kinds of things. And even again, walking through my house and opening the blinds feels really energizing to me, and it's stimulating, right? And that's what I want Monday through Friday, because I have a little bit of time to get lots of people ready and out the door. And so I want to be on my A game. I want to be and need to be energized for that, right? Where I love reading. Ooh, I love reading. I love sitting in stillness, and I love, sitting in my meditation corner in my office. But to be totally honest with you, things like reading and meditation, those actually make me sleepy. They calm me down. And the last thing that I want when I first wake up is to do something that's gonna put me in an overly calming, as much as I love feeling calm, I don't wanna be in an overly calming, sleepy state when I'm trying to wake up, right? And so if I'm okay with having like a really slow, long, luxurious morning on Saturday and Sunday, when I'm not rushing to get myself and my family out the door, then, getting a warm blanket and getting cozy in a corner and grabbing a book that I can get lost in, like, yes, sign me up for that then. So when it comes to choosing which rituals are going to be the best ones for you, you first want to figure out, how do I want to feel, and which rituals are going to allow me to have that feeling. Does that make sense? And then the other thing about this is you want to make sure that you're choosing things, wait for it, that you actually want to do. You want to make sure that you're choosing things that excite you, that you are happy about doing, that you are really genuinely looking forward to. Because again, the whole point of these rituals, aka habits and routines, I just prefer to call them rituals because I love that. I even have a module inside of Magnetic Business Academy called Magnetic Rituals that's about exactly this topic. It's important that it is in alignment with enhancing your overall experience of life and business, that it is raising your energetic vibration, that it is creating that shift in how you're feeling, how you're being, how you're showing up, the energy that you're radiating. And if you're trying to force yourself to do something that you don't want to do, but you're doing it because someone said that you should, that's not going to be very helpful. That's not going to be very helpful. And that even feels like common sense, but it's not necessarily, because I've been there. There have been times when I have been like so rigid and so restricted in what I have expected myself to do around routines and rituals that I started to rebel against them, right? And so we want to make sure that we're choosing things that we're actually excited about, okay? And when it comes to how many, and going back to this concept of like trying to do it all day long and being a perfectionist around it, that's where that like restrictive energy starts to come in. I can feel that there, and I can really feel that because I've been there, and I will probably be in that space again, right? Because what's working for you right now in terms of your daily habits and rituals likely won't work forever. Just like anything in life and business, it's going to require some evolution, some tweaking, some finessing as you continue to evolve and grow and expand, right? So figuring out what works for you now, what lights you up, what feels good, what feels fun, and then as soon as it stops feeling good and stops feeling fun, allow yourself to pause and tweak. But here's my opinion. You might actually see this from time to time. I shared a picture of this the other day, but I have this daily habit tracker. I'm gonna block some of what's in here. I have this daily habit tracker. You guys see that? And so these are things that I'm committed to doing every single day. Some of these take a while. Some of them are really, really, really super quick. And my goal, my desire is to get them done every single day. But guess what? If I don't beat myself up over it, right? Showing up and doing my best is all that I ask of myself. And I learned from reading one of the first personal and professional development books I ever read by John C. Maxwell. I believe it was called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. He has so many great books, but he explains that all you ever need to do is show up and do your best, and then also realize that your best is going to look a little bit different from day to day, right? And so my take on all of this is doing one thing is far better than doing none. So if I can get in at least one sacred ritual, focus on one thing today that is going to enhance my overall experience in life and business, one thing that is going to help move the needle forward for me, closer to my goals, to my visions, to allowing me to step into that version of myself that I'm so committed to becoming, right? If I can do one thing that's going to raise my energetic frequency and assist me in being that magnetic AF version of me, then that one thing is way more powerful and it's way better than doing nothing, right?